Plano toolboxes. It's not really the blade that you should be doing with this, but I have a pair of these Diablo wood with nails blade. We've been doing a lot of demolition, but this 12-inch should be able to do most of what I need to do. It just won't be as fast as one of the pruning blades. So I'll get this on the saw, get a battery on it. So how's that for a cut and rig? It's one heck of a blade. So this does have, go over some features real quick, it does have an orbital mode, and this shoe is adjustable. There are two holes there that have some Allen screws in them. The wrench to loosen those is kept right here on the tool. I've not had an issue with this vibrating off or falling off. I'm going to shove the 2.5 amp hour on here. This should be all I need for today. I may or may not take out that fine tooth, but it does have a trigger lock, so right now it's locked. And if you flip it over, she turns up, and it does have a light. I do wish the light kind of stayed on for a little bit, kind of like an impact, but whatever. So we have a fully charged 2.5 amp hour. Let's go find these trees. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot out there because it'd be kind of weird for me to, you know, talk to a camera with the neighbors literally right across the street. They don't even know what I do. So huge thank you to Metabo HPT, Sarah at Metabo HPT. You guys are my saviors. I literally would not be able to do what I do without you guys. So let's get out there and rearrange some foliage, I guess. Okay. So, these two trees, or I think it's three maybe, I'm not entirely sure. They're back here. The little girls. They're back here somewhere. We just had all of our soybeans harvested. Here's one of them. It's got fruit on it. That's a cherry tree. At least I think it is. There's some bark down here. I think it's a cherry tree. I wonder if they're still good. They might be. So we got that one. I'll probably confirm with her to make sure she actually wants that cut down. And here's the other ones down here. One I think is a maple. Yeah, there's a mulberry. Here's the mulberry. There's a couple of them. These, honestly, I could have just taken a camp knife too, but this one needs to go because, as you can see, that's the power line that runs to my house and my shop. So this one might be hard to get to. Not too bad. I'm just not going to have anywhere to run when I cut this. I definitely could not have taken that out with the this one. I might be able to save some firewood off. Anything else? Nope. Okay, let me get in here and see how I want to go about this. Maybe 4-5 inches around. It's not a huge tree, obviously, but these maples, man, they're nice out in the field, but they're so destructive with their roots. Kind of naturally just wants to fall out in the field, so I think I'll just do that. Use our wedge. Kind of ended up making this a little bit bigger than I meant to, but whatever. Didn't kick back at me or nothing. I went down easy. So there she be. Drag this back to the wood pile and cut up what I can. A couple mulberries out here too. I figured them out here. I might as well take them down. Although these honestly would be 2 seconds with a machete or a camp knife. So, we don't have a wood stove or anything. I do eventually want to put one out in the shop, but it seems like every time I get the money to do one, something has to be bought. You guys know how that goes, so I'm just going to try and aim for 16-ish inches. Try out the orbital mode. Try it. I want to turn that off for one-handed cutting. That's a little rough on the wrist. I'm not going to say no to firewood, even though we don't go through a whole lot of it. We have a fireplace, but the chimney is a little suspect because it wasn't done right. So it just kind of leaks smoke into the roof. So we don't use that. A year or two, we'll be able to use that. Yeah, I can't believe it. Oh, maybe it will. But this, I believe, is Eastern White Pine. It just, the top got cut off by the power company or something. And the stump just kind of stood there, and we had a light on it for a little bit back when we had the dogs. But it just kind of fell over, I think, this year. And I came over here, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this today, but I gave it a test run. It's like 14 inches at its widest. It's just slightly bigger than the blade. But it'll do it. I'm going to try not to kill the blade. If I break it, oh well. I'm supposed to be doing this anyway, so. I did bring another battery because this one is on 2 bars now, so. Also full of ants. Gives it extra flavor. I don't know why I do this to tools I get. What's the biggest, hardest thing I can do with them? Let's do that. Excuse me, bee. Ah, get it, bee. There's the wind, just take him away and leave me alone. Why are you so interested in this now? Unless you're a carpenter, you think I'm misidentifying you. Give this thing a little bit of a break because it's starting to feel a little warm in the hand, and I just got this thing and I have a whole house to build with it, so I'd rather not burn it out doing stupid stuff like this. So far though, I mean, other than the coating going, if it would focus, there we go. No teeth are damaged, just a little bit of the coating going. Tip's not broken. These blades are tough, man. I'm going to get probably one good log out of this, and the rest is just going to get tossed on the burn, because it's just, yeah. Still a little warm. Keep your hands warm in this winter. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds, and we're just getting down to 2 bars on this battery. Seems to be doing pretty well. This blade is going to have to be cleaned with CLR. Really bad. Actually, I might just be able to take a brass brush to it. But. Okay, I'm going to do some other stuff with this today, but the next thing you guys see will be me in the barn doing post-review. I've already got a couple clips of this doing what it's actually supposed to do, and now I got this. Okay. So, had a little bit of a test today. I've actually been using this throughout the past week or so, ever since I got it. Mostly with this blade, this 9-inch version of this. These are both wood with nails blades from Diablo. And of course, if you've watched the channel for any moment of time, you know I use Diablo blades on pretty much everything. The Diablo blade for that is actually on another saw right now, but I was just doing framing with the circ saw. So as far as this goes, our 18-volt recip, the model code on this is CR18DB. It's obviously a recip saw. We have normal and oscillating mode, selecting with the switch. We have a safety, we have a light, and this, I didn't use it. I'll demonstrate it now actually. The whole time I was using it today, by the way, this Allen key never came off, it never vibrated loose at all. What this is meant, there's 2 screws in the bottom of this handle, set screws, that you loosen, and your shoe goes in or out here. I normally run with it fully in. And you just tighten it down here. And this Allen key, there's a little hole here and a little slot that it sits in. Just shove it in there. It kind of works similar to how the Allen key on the Rip Max that I have, the other circ saw that I have, there's a hole in the back of that just slides into. But so far I am very, very impressed with it. It's already got a couple battle scars just from being, you know, kicked around and used on the trailer, which if you haven't watched the last episode of that, I'll put that down in the description below. We only used one of the 2.5 amp hour batteries, which because this is an 18-volt tool is actually 5 amp hours, and one of these, which is a 4/8 amp hour battery. Cut a number of really tiny mulberries down, a decent sized juvenile maple. What else? We cut the maple down into logs to use for campfire wood, and we took it out front like you saw. We cut that. I measured it. The biggest diameter I could find with the tape measure is about 13 inches, give or take. So just ever so slightly longer than this blade is, and it did it pretty much without complaint. I had a couple stoppages, but that was because I was, you know, cutting stuff is a little bit bigger than what this is actually meant to do, but it did it. It didn't overheat, the battery didn't overheat. The only tool I have that will overheat a battery pretty easily is that 36-volt plunge router. And that's just because of the work I do with it. If you were to use that thing, you know, for normal plunge router stuff, you wouldn't burn out batteries the way I do. But, by the way, I have never had a problem with any of the batteries. I have 6 of them now. One is in a light. One's in this, one's in the circ saw. The trim router, oscillating multi-tool, this drywall cutout tool, and that's it. We're up to 6 batteries now, and this can use all of them as well as that light. I think I only have 2 36-volt tools, and that's that circ saw and my plunge wrap. But I am very impressed with how this is working. By the way, if you have a T-shank jigsaw, the blades come out of this pretty similar. You just twist this collar, blade comes out, and same way it goes in. This isn't stiff, it doesn't lock up. Yeah, I have no complaints, and I did notice when I was looking at this thing earlier, this is actually a brushed motor in this tool. It's not brushless, which is kind of shocking. I haven't received a brushed tool from Metabo in quite some time, but it's pretty easy on batteries. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about it. I think the tool kind of really spoke for itself this time. We don't have any loose screws or any sort of damage at all, other than some light cosmetic stuff, but like I said, that's from being on the floor, being kicked around in the trailer home while we were demoing walls. The blade also performed pretty admirably, considering it's not meant for this. It's meant for taking 2x4s with nails. But I am very happy with this thing. I am just thrilled that I have one finally. I have 5 blades for it. I got the 12, the 9, wood with nails. We have, what is this here? My friend gave me this one. This is a Morse Havoc 10 TPI 9-inch metal. This is the blade that came with it. Not really sure. It might be like a 5/7 or a 6/8. Just a wood blade. And then I've got, Fluff actually gave me this one. This is a Milwaukee torch. Is this an 18? Yeah, 18 TPI 9-inch. So I've got a wide variety of blades to play with this thing. And you'll see more of this thing and the rest of this stuff in the coming videos. Now I need your guys' help. All of these are going to get a video review sometime in the near future. I'm trying to roll at least one a day out, just to keep you guys entertained. Which one of these do you want to see next? We have our Pro pin nailer. This is a 2-inch pin nailer, NP50A. Very nice pin nailer. And I do use 2-inch nails in it most of the time. We have a N5 here, an N3804A5. This is a narrow crown stapler, 18 gauge. This I use pretty often. This I need some time with, but that'll be coming soon as well. This I have used extensively. This is our CR18DB. This is a cordless multi-tool. It's got quite a few battle scars. A lot of these tools, well, this one, and the circ saw have just been like on the floor, and we've just been grabbing them as we need them. But this is a multi-tool. I definitely have enough experience with this thing now to give an accurate review on it. By the way, even if it's not a Metabo, you need one of these. Doesn't matter what you do, in the weirdest situations, that tool will get you out of most things. We also have our M1808DA. This is a 3/8. This is a trim router. This has 1/4 inch, and I believe the 3/8 collet for it. Although who we use is 3/8 router bits. But it comes with a lot of other stuff. It comes with a laminate trimmer guide, a fence, some other stuff that I can't think of right now. It comes with a decent amount of stuff. And then this bad boy, which is covered in vinyl PVC, because that's the last thing I cut with it. This is CR18DB. This is their cordless 36-volt rear handle circ saw, and all of this metal here is magnesium, and it's actually for a rear handle saw, it's not that heavy. And it's just snowing everywhere because of this thing. But it's got a brake. It's nice. Let me know which of these you'd like me to review next. There's some other stuff I can review. This bad boy behind me I could do, although I've done a couple of videos on that already. But I haven't done an actual review. I've got another miter saw that's a different kind that I don't think I've done a review on. I've got lots of stuff. But out of these, minus this, for now, which would you like to see first? Besides this, which that's what this video is. I'm a mess today. If nobody says anything, I'm probably going to do the rear handle saw first and then the OMT and probably one of the air guns as well. But that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd do me a huge favor and like, comment, subscribe. I know it's the YouTuber thing to do, but it really actually does help out. Just the analytics shows just someone asking, it tends to happen. So only about 6% of you are subscribed. So if you'd like to hit the subscribe button, we're doing way more with the trailer. This coming Friday, the video probably won't be out the same day, but this coming Friday we're installing 2 new windows. So that's going to be our first window install for the whole trailer series. The window we put in the other wall, which I believe was episode 2 or 3, that was the window that was already there. That was the only window in that entire building that's actually usable, other than maybe some of the living room windows. But anyways, first window installed, the rest of the blocking is going to go in. You're going to see me try and experiment with this thing for framing with screws. More on that later, but I have almost 20,000 2-inch pin nails, so I got to use them somehow. Thank you, Sarah, by the way, from Metabo HPT. And yeah, the last words I'm going to leave you with: green means go. This thing kicked ass today.